is Margaret. Welcome to fmtrain.tv, where we're here to talk about the fantastic and amazing FileMaker platform. I am here with the lovely and wonderful Nick Hunter, continuing, just saw that face, continuing with our fantastic discussion on how to build a robot in FileMaker. Since we're talking about what we're doing, let me pull up our training schedule of wonder and joy. So for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're going to do how to build a bot for FileMaker, which is going to be day 6, 7, and 8, which would be great. Friday is going to be a 360 works deploy for your FileMaker database with Christian and Jacob, which should be fun. Monday will be value lists with John Hogle, and then Tuesday again will be how to build a bot, day 9, and then I think the rest of that week will be finishing out that series, which is awesome.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then if you would like to support the channel, speak of the devil, this is one of the problem children. If you would like to support the channel, please feel free to get a FM Training annual subscription bundle. We greatly appreciate it. It is 100+ hours of fantastic video content. And we pretty much, Nick is one of the presenters, Rich is one of the presenters, Jacob is a presenter. It covers pretty much everything you need to know to become an intermediate FileMaker developer of your own. So anyone who buys that, we greatly appreciate it. It's pretty awesome. That being said, Nick, I think I'm done. Introduction kerfuffles aside, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction. So, so it's so today is the day what, day 8?
Yeah, this is day 6, I believe.
6? Only 6 days? No,
it is 6. Yeah, because we missed because it would have been 6 last. When
Thursday, yeah.
Today would have been 7. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm good. So okay. So today, so this series is a series of how to build a bot, right? So, and so we every day and every week we see like a part of it, right? And I try to dissect this. I try to cut it in multiple blocks and to assemble together, right? So we saw how to send something from one, send order scripts from one place to another. We saw all of this, right? So, and today we are going to see how we communicate, how we see what's going on, because the problem we have in FileMaker is the feedback. FileMaker has a poor feedback, and even though the built-in feedback is poor, what's going on. When you update something, sometimes you say, "Oh, I'm doing it like us." You don't know what's going on. Sometimes you have the spinning wheel, you don't know what's going on. So it's you don't know if your application crashed. You don't know if you have no idea what's going on, right? So to prevent this, we need to do it ourselves. We need to build the environment to send to the user a visual feedback about what's going on. Otherwise, if we say, I don't know what's going on. I don't know, okay, I click this, but I don't know if the other side of the bot, everything okay, You don't know. It's like you send an email, right? And you don't know, right? Or you download something and you have no confirmation that you don't see that it's downloading, and you have no confirmation the download is done, so you don't know what's going on, right? So but it's not the FileMaker issue, the visual feedback always be a problem in the development community, always. It's because you need to show something, the status of something that you have no control of. So you need to, sometimes developers, what they do, they guess, yeah, it should be there. Let's say 99% of the time is there. So I'm telling the guy that is there. So 1% of the time is not, is failing. So they do that, they guess, or they do a constant update. They say, are you good? Yeah. Are you good? Yes. Are you good? Yes. Are you good? Yes. Are you done? Yes. Are you not done? So they do like this, the So, and in our case, it's more easy, because what we do is simple, and we are in the same environment. So we don't need to talk with different technology like a regular developer do. So let's, I'm going to share my screen right quick here. So we go there, and we go there, and we go there, and we go there. Okay. So when we do something, when we want to, when we do an action, when we do, we initiate something, right? And we want the feedback. We want the feedback, right? Like this, for example. So we have let's nuke everything. So here, for example, I'm doing something, right? So that's a good example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's nuke again. I don't have the nuke. So let's nuke the truncate everything here, nuke again, and do it again. So here, for example, when I click here, and when something is missing, when the record is missing, right? I am creating things, right? So I'm creating here. When I click here, I need to create 12 records with all the 12 months of the year. Those 12 records need to be there. Since I destroyed everything, since it's like a new one, it's like new. It's like a new, you said service new, okay, it's new. The first time you click here, right? I'm saying this. I go to the related record, but if there's none, and there's an error, in that case, I have to do something. I need to create those 12 records. So here you see 12. So I'm doing something here, and I'm doing a loop to create records and until 12, right? This is when those records are not existing. Here, I go to red records, and it fails. When go to red records fails, is not attending to go to the record to the layouts. That you need to know that. Here, normally, it should have go to the red record using that layout, the L46, but it's not doing. It didn't do it when this failed to go to the red records. Is not going to the record. Is not going to the layout. It stay there. So when that happened, I'm saying, okay, when that happened, that's an error here. Do that for me. Go. And then I need to go to another table, to another context, in order to create record in another table. Before, we were using a technique to create a new window, or at the beginning, we were going to the layouts of the other context, create the record, and go back to the original layouts, go back to original. That's what we were doing. It was not good for multiple reasons. I'm not going to explain here. The second technique we had after FileMaker 7 and stuff like that, to open a new window hidden, a window that was off screen, that was, not showing on screen, but it was a new window, right? It was good, but it was showing flickering and stuff like it wasn't clean. Okay, it wasn't clean. Okay, so now we have what we call the card style window. We have a new window as a card. Okay, the card window. So this is the advantage. So this now I have an advantage. I give myself an advantage. I'm using a card that goes to the layer, to the context I need to go, which is the T007. Okay, I need to go to that context. Actually, now, presently, I am in the context T27. I am in projects. I need to create the records in the T07. not in the projects. So I create those records from a window that from a window showing a layout pointing to the related table T07. So I'm going there. So this is what happened. So let's close this. Boom. Now I'm here. I have a new window. And now the context of that window is T07, right? I'm no longer in T27. I am in T07. So now everything I do in that script will be create new records, right? I'm creating new record in that table from that window, right? But it looks like I am still in projects, but I am not. I am in mortality. And this layout is just an information layout, a splash window, we call that, okay? A dialogue showing what is doing. I'm creating the mortality records. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm doing this, and when the counter reached 12, so I don't know where am I. When the counter reached 12, 7. Okay. I close the window, right? So now I'm back. I close the window. I am back on the T27. I'm back. I mean, I open the window. It was on T07, but now closing the window, I'm back on the T27, right? I'm back here. So now I can do another attempt of this. Here I attempted, I did an attempt on this, okay? And then it failed. I fixed the failing, and now I try again. Okay, so now you understand that we use the window, the Claris window, to our advantage, right? So that means you tell the people what's going on there, and at the same time you do something. So you have two advantages. You say, you display information, you are in the context you need to be, and you do whatever you want to do. It can last the time it needs because people understand what's going on. They see that as a dialogue, creating record. Okay, the system working for me, so I'll let it finish, right? It doesn't look like spinning wheel, and that's it, right? So now that I have created the record, I will do this, and now it works, right? Now it works. So now that I'm here, right, I can do another thing. So let me add this here. Let me sure that I can drag the file here. So where are the files? Okay, client data. So I'm going to put the client data here, right? So here, I have the client data, and I'm choosing the importation client one, right? So this also, it's a Claris window, right? Right. So I'm up. So let me do it again. I click here, right? So that means I have no clients. I have no files. I add original files. This is the Claris window. So when I click here, the Claris window, I go to the related. So I use the same technique here. I go to the related records, right? It fails. that means, okay, if it fails, I need to open a new window, right? So I open a new window, boom, it's a CalStar window. And here I am in another context. I am in a T12 context, okay? So, and I create a new record to be ready to receive my file from my customer, my Excel file. I drag the file here because we can do that. This is the container, right? And in this window, I'm in the context I need to be, right? I can choose this and I import. So what this do now? So now we are launching something in my computer. My computer is here in Colombia, okay? And I want to send something in Ohio, right? So let me show that I have the remote desktop. I want to create something from my computer, send an order to another computer, but I want to know what's going on. I don't want just to say launch and boom. I don't, because that when you do this, that confuses people. Right? Like I said, you have no confirmation, you don't know. And what happened most of the time is people try again and again and again and again and again. And then you at the end, you have 10 times the same file, right? Because the people say, oh, it didn't work. It didn't do anything, right? And you know what I'm saying when I say that it's not just a FileMaker problem. You have many websites that have a poor return, and you click again, and sometimes they say, oh, don't worry, they say, don't click back or don't refresh your window, on the web, right? You have that. Don't refresh your window. We do it. Don't worry. Don't refresh your window, or they say, oh, do you want to leave that window? Because they have a poor return, and it's not a FileMaker issue. It's a development issue. Okay, so now I want to do something. So what I'm doing here, I'm doing this. So I close this window because I don't need it again. I create my record. I put in my container. I create all the environment that I need to do. Okay, and then I say here, right? I'm doing stuff that I need to do. Okay. But now I need I need the information about what's going on. So now that I did this, I created a new window. And here I said, I'm launching the queue. Please wait. Okay. And I'm launching the script 4130A on a queue, right? So I create a new record, right? Because that record, you remember I told you that record in the queue, it's the record that I'm creating on my computer, and the bot is going to go retrieve and perform, right? So here, right, I'm launching this, I have the window, and each time I'm with this technique of the new window, I'm launching from one context, I'm collecting the information from one context. All of this is information collected from the context T07. All of this is from the context T07. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. So you said, Nick, why are you connecting? Why are you creating those variables? Because I am in the T07, and I'm going to use those information in the T112 context. So I create local variable, except for those, but I explain for why. Is because I want to get trace of this for debugging. I want to make sure, I want to be able to read this even when the script is done, to check what's going on afterwards, okay? But otherwise, I'm creating a local variable here, right? Because I'm changing context, and I'm going to use all of those, right, here in the 112. So I'm creating a new record, and I'm closing the window. Boom, done. So that being said, now things in my computer are done. I launched, boom, okay? In the new version, in a new version of this, I have an additional window that says that everything has been sent to the bot. So let's do it. I want to show you this. So here I have cards, and you can see I'm using a lot the cards. Okay. So here, when I'm doing this, when I'm creating this, I'm creating this, and I'm putting that here, and I choose this. I want to know which window I'm creating here. I'm launching the window C831. Okay, so I'm on C831. 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 Okay. So this is the window. The window is this. It's a mere layout with text on it and with this global variable, okay, to show the name of the current script I'm using. So pretty much what I'm doing here, I'm doing this. I'm naming C831A, right? So where it was, this is in the queue. Okay, so I have the A, right? And I duplicate this, and I'm creating this, and I'm naming it B, right? Confirmation Q. Right? Confirmation Q. So now I have this, and here what I'm doing. The scripts, okay, first of all, we can say confirmation the scripts is now being performed by the bot. Okay. And what I like to do something like this. You have a nice icon like this, right? So you put bigger like this. You put 100 like this. You put green like this. You put green like this. And you say 70, right? Confirmation, the bots. Maybe we can do 60. Doesn't need to be that big. That a little bit smaller. Okay, so confirmation. So we have our, we can get rid of confirmation. We have the icon. We know sometimes icon is enough, right? The icon is enough to say because this means done. Okay, so I have this. So now what I want to do, I want in my process, I want to include that information, right? So I'm going there, and I'm going to add this in my workflow. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So this is my scripts that I want to modify. Remember, I was creating a new window to launch this. And then here, so let's do this. here, I want to go to layout, the 831B. So you understand what my naming here. I'm starting with the A, I'm going to the B, sometime I'm going to the C, and sometime I have a D, right? So it's a progression. So I know I am in the 831, A, B, C, D, E, right? So you keep the name keep you a connection of what's going on, right? So this is the confirmation queue. This is a launch queue. So I'm going there. Of course, do not forget the pause, but here the pause need to be like 2 seconds, okay? Right? So because you want to see it, sometimes I'm putting 3 seconds, but here I'm putting 2 seconds. And then I close. So I'm doing this, I'm doing the new record, and then I say, it's okay, it's done, right? So let's go on. Let's see if it works, okay? So I click here, launch queue, boom. The script is now performed by the, So you had the explanation of what's going on, and you have the confirmation that the thing is done. All of this thanks to the card style window, okay? So without the card style window, you cannot do this. So now being said, right? You're done, okay? So now we have the queue here that has 2 things pending, okay? Those and those. So what's going on now here? What I will see on the bot, what I will see on the bot, I will see this. I click here. So I'm trying to, let me put that full screen right quick. I perform the scripts. And what the script doing, right? It created a new window here. Why? Because the scripts, I need to be in this context, right? Because I need to retrieve the file that I sent. Remember, I dragged a Excel file in the container. That container was in the T12 mode, so I need to go to the T12, retrieve the file, and if everything okay, right? Do things with the file. If there's an error somewhere, right? Then close the window, exit, stop it, stop everything with the error. Tell me what error is going on. So let's do it. So new window, and say, okay, perform scripts. Please wait. So you see, again, I am in the context. I need to be without switching visually. It's not like, oh, where's my stuff? If you go completely out visually, if you go away from the queue list, people are, well, what's going on? I lost my stuff. So you panicking, you're the user, because you lose it. You say visually, what's going on, right? Never do this. You must make sure all the time you build something like this, not to lose your users. And the best is to show them what they need to see and not more. Okay. So I'm performing things. There's no errors. So that means I'm not closing. I'm doing this. Boom, boom, boom. I'm doing this. So I'm performing the script. I do things. So you see, while I'm showing that thing, I'm doing things. I'm exporting, right? And then I need to change context because, okay, I was in the T12. I retrieved my stuff. I'm good. I exported the field content. I exported my Excel file. I exported it in my temporary folder. So I have it on, now is no longer, so that means it was in Colombia. I put it in the records, And the bot in Ohio is retrieving that record and exporting the computer in Ohio. Okay. So now I'm going to another context with the T08 with another information because I'm doing something else now. Now I'm saying, by the way, I'm importing data now. I'm not performing a script. I'm no longer just performing a script. I am importing the data from the client data XLX6, right? So let's do this, right? And now I'm performing the script of importation. I'm importing, so it will take some time, right? Hopefully it will be faster. So all of this happened now in Ohio. This computer I'm showing here, it's a remote desktop, right? This is a computer in Ohio. It's no longer my computer in Colombia, right? So here is importing. So for example, here I'm importing like 250,000 records. So if you do that on the remote computer, right? If you do that on the client in Colombia, it will take like 7 hours to import this, right? Here, we're talking about minutes. Minutes, that's what we talk. So that's the reason why we have the bots for multiple reasons. First, it frees you completely. I'm free. Here, I launched this from my computer, right? But I'm free, totally free. Free to leave this. You know, I'm free, right? Totally free. So the bot is doing that for me right now, right? So, and in the same time, because the bot is like in the same environment and same network as the server, right? It's super fast. Ideally, you need to have on-premises server, you know, there, and you have a computer connected to that server. So while this is performing, the ultimate bot is an on-premises server, our physical server with two Ethernet cards. One card is for the data, the data flow of the server itself. And the second card is to connect directly the bots to it, right? So it's a little bit technical, but for who knows a little bit of network, it will make sense, right? It will make the bot extremely powerful and it won't affect nothing. It will affect nothing on the performance on the network, right? Because you have two Ethernet cards too. That's why you have some Mac Pro, you know, they have two cards, two Ethernet cards for that reason, for that ultimate kind of infrastructure. So now that I imported the data, you know, that's done. I have no error. So now I'm doing stuff showing okay, I'm doing this, okay, I'm doing this. And now I am changing another time. So I did two times so far, right? I went to one context to another context, and now I'm going to another one, is to the T07. I'm back to the T07 to say, by the way, everything successful, congratulations, everything good. I'm showing it. And at the same time, it's not just that I want to show things, you know, it's not just this. I am also saying, by the way, since I am in the context, let's do things I need to do in that context. I need to do this, I need to do that, do this, do that, right? So I need to do things in that context it's pretty much what I need to do. Number of records, the current timestamp, to trigger. I want to trigger some auto entry calculation. So I don't. If you didn't see the remote auto entry, is that how we call this, Margaret?
Yes.
Okay, because here's what I'm doing. So here, that will be something I'm going to explain now. I'm using a technique called trigger auto entry calculation. Okay, so I explained that many times. Go to auto entry trigger. I don't remember how we call that, trigger and remote auto entry. Okay, so what's going on here? What's going on? When you import data, so the first thing I want to explain is this. I am importing, so you need to use good common sense, okay? When you build something that complex, you need to reduce the complexity and you need to use a good common sense. Okay, I just imported here, I imported records. Could be 2 records, could be 2 million records, right? You want to count those records in the most and the easiest way possible, and the most and the fastest way possible too. Okay. And so you just import it, just fresh, coming, fresh. So since you're there, store the found count, store it, right? Okay, I just import it because this is super fast. This FileMaker will give you the information like in no time, right? So you store it, say, okay, I don't need right now, I don't need it, but I will need later, Okay, I need to show how many records I imported. So you import when you are in the table of the importation. You say, okay, get found count. And then later on, when you switch context and you are in the context where you want to show the number of records, you go there and you set a field with the number of records you get there, right? You don't go there and you said, value count or whatever, count. No, you don't do that because it's stupid. That's all. It's not efficient. The most efficient is I import good. How much this? Okay. Later on, you go there, you change the context, you go to the record you want to modify, and you say this, and you set the field with the number of records. That's the first thing I want to tell you. Okay, so good common sense, right? Good common sense. Never try to do, okay, the technique here is this. Never try to do something after the fact. Do it right now. So my philosophy is this. It's not my philosophy. It's the most efficient way to think things, and that's what we, when you go to a UI UX design school, like I've done, that's what they taught you. They teach you that, right? How to use your brain, right? So if you want to display something, do it when it happened. Don't wait after the fact. So here I import, I store the information, and I reuse later. And you understand? So here it's a local variable because I need it later, but in the same script. If I need it later in another script, for example, I will use a global variable. So do we have I don't remember. I think I needed to explain what a global variable and a local variable. No, we didn't have to do that.
I think you discussed that last time. I remember that.
I did it. Okay.
Yes, but there was a question from Stu, which is kind of like a very general question.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
I missed the first few sessions of the bot, so I apologize. This is obvious to everyone, but why would you use this kind of bot? Go do something for me instead of PSauce. Wait or fire and forget.
Yeah, I explained that, but it's because what's the name? The PSauce is something you don't control, something you cannot stop, something you cannot look at. You see nothing. You have no return. There's no possibility of return of information. You have no idea what's going on. First, secondly, there's stuff you cannot do on server. Like importation is you can, but it's a pain. It's a pain in the neck to do importation like I do here, right? And it's a good way to and you have a visual like this. You have a queue. What happened, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. You cannot do that on server. And you have all the functionality of a true FileMaker client, not just a FileMaker server. Okay, so you have a lot of restrictions on the FileMaker server. Okay, it's give you the ability to have control, to have a control on what to do, while you have the same advantage of Perform Suite on server. Perform Suite on server also, you don't do things like I've done here, an importation of several minutes. Sometimes can take hours. Okay, and so it's you don't want your server to be performing things that's strong, because the server, the clients will use the server in a very economical way. The bot, the PSauce will completely destroy your performance, right? Because the PSauce will say, okay, I need 100%. I need all the power. The client will be more like gentle, let's say, more soft. It won't take you all your performance, all your breath, like the PSauce, right? So PSauce is like, oh, go there, down, boom. So PSauce need to be, like I said, 30 seconds, not more. If I have a PSauce that lasts more than 30 seconds, I'm not using PSauce. That mean I have a problem in my infrastructure. That means if I have a PSauce that lasts more than 30 seconds, it's not good. I'm not allowing this. I'm not allowing this to happen. Okay, so that's why. So you imagine if you want to import 2 million records, it's much more than 30 seconds. And you cannot, for example, tell you an example. On server, if I want to do this, export field content on server, you don't have it. Let me show you. If I go there, right? And so here you can see on server, you can filter. Here you have a filter, what works and what doesn't work on server. Export field content doesn't work. It's grayed out. So that means this won't work on server. Okay, so completely it won't work here, right? The new window, it tells you that the style won't work. Why? It's because it's a virtual window. On server, it will be a virtual window because on server, by definition, you don't display window, but it will be treated as a window. That's why it shows you the style card in gray and not all. Okay, here it shows all grayed out because that doesn't work. If you say Macintosh, it works, but if you say, for example, API, if you say server, it doesn't work completely grayed out. Okay, so that's why in that case I cannot use server pixels because this step won't work. Okay. So here I want to continue what I was saying. Here, what I'm doing is interesting because tomorrow I'm going to explain that. I'm going to show that. I am performing here two things. I'm refreshing auto entry calculation. So let me show you. So I am here in the T07, right? So let's go to the T07 is this. And I have plenty of auto entry calculation here, right? And they are, for example, the most interesting is here. This here, no, which one is, I think is this. I need to update auto entry calculation, so I don't remember. Okay, here. Okay, so this, I have here a trigger. Okay, that means if I change that field, this will be performed. It will count how many original files I have. Okay. Also, it will count the original records. Right. So I'm doing two things here. I'm modifying this field, and it will launch two things. Right. It will launch two things. So it will do things for me that I will trigger the auto entry calculation. So to prevent this to be a calculation. So this technique here is good because I am changing these fields. Changing this field here. I am triggering all the two auto entry calculation that I show you. But also from here, I'm going to the cross-reference 5, and I'm modifying that field. And also I have plenty of auto entry calculation that I need to be performed. The counts of this and the counts of this. So what I want to show you here is this. I want to, from one context, right? I want to make sure auto entry calculation will be triggered from different table. One table and another one. So I have two tables, right? This is the local table I'm in. I am in T07, right? I am currently in T07. So this is in local, but this, it's a related table. So I have a relationship. I have a relationship that goes there, you know, T27AA. Is T27? No, T07. T07AA. I have a relationship. So this is my relationship. So that means I will have here records related to that. Pretty much, I know it will be one record. I know because it's one record. So, right, I'm updating this. Okay, so I'm updating the auto entry calculation from the T07 context through the relationship. So I'm here in the T07 through this relationship, the T07AA. I'm going through modifying a field on the other table, right? Modifying these fields. Remember, I am in T07, right? T07. Doing so, this is T07, the XREF5. But modifying that field, that will trigger those two auto-entry calculations. That will trigger the count of this and the count of this. But you notice something here. It will trigger the auto-entry calculation from another context. It will trigger the auto-entry calculation from the context T204. Why? It's because in my relationship, okay, I have the 207. I'm here. This is a T07. From the T07, I'm modifying a record in that table. But that is a related table. That the main table, that the related table. But I have a T204, which is the main table, is the X cross-reference 5. And then I have plenty of relationship from here. So tomorrow I'll try to explain that. It's to avoid having one table connected, related to another table, related to another table, related to another table, related to another table, related to, to avoid that cascading things, and having 4 or 5 level and modifying a record on the other side. That's slow, but this, it's super fast. So tomorrow, I know I already done this, but now I'm going to show that in that context here. On the context of the bot. I'm going to explain that, how to remote update things, because otherwise I will have need to have this like this. Look, I would have need to do this. I don't know, client, okay. Right? I will have need to do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3 levels. You understand that this is freaking slow. Here, no, right? So tomorrow I'm going to explain that in more details. Right?
Yes.
Mark? Okay.
Yep. Nope.
I'm a little bit in advance, but it's okay.
That's like you by 3 minutes. That's nothing. Thank you very much, Nick. Seriously, this has been fantastic. Thank you everyone for coming. I greatly appreciate it. We will happily see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.